All right, well, that's a perfect song leading into this. We're going to talk about women and investing. Many of us don't do it, and many don't feel prepared to make financial decisions, but ladies, you should. And Tyrone Jackson is an expert, creator and founder of The Wealthy Investor. And thank you so much for coming out and joining us.
Well, thank you. Pleasure to be here with you.
Always
today.
good to have you in San Diego.
Well, nice to be here, Linda.
And nice tie, yeah.
Thank you.
So women in investing, you know, this is something that I think is intimidating for a lot of women, and I was surprised by the numbers to find out how few really know what to do or what direction to go in.
That is really important, Linda. And here are the things that I really want people to really understand in your audience is that most of us never get a financial education. We don't learn anything about how money works in high school, junior high school, and college, and we're out in the world and we're like, what will we do? So we're taught to think in terms of a weekly paycheck. But in my program, the Wealthy Investor Program, I teach women, celebrities, people from all walks of life, that what you really want is more residual income. And you do that by investing in the stocks as opposed to mutual funds.
People are afraid of things they don't know. So how do they get to know? Because I think they're thinking, do I have to go back to school for this? What do I do? Right.
Well, the first thing is you find someone who can demystify stock market trading and investing, and that happens to be actually what it is that I do. But I take what I call the Sesame Street approach to teaching people how to handle your own investments, which are look at pictures of the stocks that you'd like to own, and then you think about how you can generate income from a portfolio rather than just giving money to somebody else.
Okay, so there are reasons why women should get in control of their finances. And some of us learn the hard way. I'm one of them.
Right.
But the reasons are, let's talk about those, because I know typically we live longer.
That is correct. Women are going to live longer than men. If you're a woman out there, chances are you're going to live a lot longer than your male counterpart.
We need more money.
That means you need more money. That means you need a financial education. The other part, unfortunately, in real life, divorce happens. It's something you never anticipate, right?
Oh,
Till death do us part. And then all of a sudden you find out that your marriage is a business transaction. Could you imagine that? So that's really important. And the third thing is that women are generally more and more the head of a household. So they're dealing with the money already, so sometimes they need that extra level of education to empower them.
So how can women manage their own money or take those first steps to do so? Because I found myself personally in a situation where I was thinking, oh my gosh, what do I do now?
That is correct. And you know, my program is both in Los Angeles and New York, so I see the same thing with a lot of celebrities, women who are celebrities, and I realize...
And you think they have it handled with their quote-unquote people.
They don't. They don't. And sometimes your people can do things that are adverse to you. So here's the first thing. Realizing A, you need a financial education. B, your money is going to do better in stocks individually. Coca-Cola, McDonald's. We call this in the Wealthy Investor Program great dates. I want you to go on great dates with your money, with stories that you understand. The second thing is once you start owning stocks, how can you generate monthly income from the stocks that you own? There's a wonderful strategy that Wall Street insiders know that most people don't know, and I want everybody to take a note of this. It's called covered call writing. Covered calls allows you to buy a stock, sell an option to someone you don't know, and take in guaranteed monthly income.
Okay, for those of us who like to dream, tell us how much money can you make, you know, with this kind of income? Because, you know, again, people are used to getting their paycheck, putting it in the bank, seeing what they have.
Correct.
What is the potential here?
Well, it's really enormous, okay? And before I just give you some of the figures, the first thing that people need in a financial education is to confront their belief systems about what they think is possible. Now, in my program, the Wealthy Investor Program, I have students who make $2,000 a month selling covered calls and $20,000 a month. Obviously, it depends on what you start with, but the goal is to be able to help you to grow what you have so your exponential income comes from your portfolio. Anyone can do this, Linda. It's not really that difficult.
So you don't have to be someone who's a millionaire or have a huge six-figure income in order to be able to start doing something?
Not at all. What you really need is a desire and a plan.
That's it.
It's that simple. I would like to make it much more complicated, but it really isn't.
Okay, I know that there are probably people leaning forward and watching and saying, you know, this is really interesting, making more money.
Yes.
The Sesame Street. I like all the approaches. You make it easy to understand. So how can people find more information from you? Okay,
well, the first thing that they have to do is go to thewealthyinvestor.net. There's a wonderful product there called the Wealthy Investor's Guide to Stock Market Success. It's an audio and a manual that really breaks down the stock market to its simplest terms. The other thing that you want to know once you own stocks are which stocks pay a dividend. A dividend is a form of quarterly income that every company pays out. Coca-Cola, Procter & Gamble, McDonald's, IBM. These are companies that you already know. So that's part of, and the final thing is you want to think in terms of residual income, Linda. How do you get your investments paying you money monthly or on a quarterly basis? Are you ready for this? Automagically. It just happens.
Automagically.
Isn't that
I
nice?
like it. Tyrone Jackson, it's terrific to talk with you, and you really do. You even bring up this excitement in me to make some changes.
Yes, please.
For the future. So thank you so much for coming. Please come back to San Diego and visit us.
I would love to.
All right.
Thanks,
And we have
Linda.
more information linked to our website. Go to san diego6.com and click on San Diego Living.